Now, that is not the problem. The problem is here. First, there's a problem that out of that 3.5 trillion, 418 billion is going to Museveni's house. Now, this is a man that is already spending 2 billion shillings every day. However, that is not enough. Museveni needs another 418 billion to spend some more. Now, an even bigger problem comes here. On top of the 3.5 trillion, there was another data of 55 billion. Now, this sounds like a scandal, and it was important that I communicated to you, ladies and gentlemen. You remember that in the past supplementary budget last year, over 77 billion, members of parliament were each bribed with 40 million shillings. Many of them denied it, but yes, some of them actually spoke the truth that they were given that money. This time they are giving every member of parliament 100 million shillings as a bribe to pass that supplementary. Let me repeat it for clarity. This time the regime is bribing every member of parliament with 100 million shillings of taxpayers' money in order to pass the supplementary budget. Now imagine 55 billion shillings just going out to members of parliament as a bribe. I want to use this opportunity to warn our members of parliament that we know about this and we have broken the news to the population. I have said it many times and I'm saying it today that I will always tell the truth and I will not defend or protect anybody that gets involved in this grand theft. We'll get details and maybe among questions. I'm very glad to have our Minister for Finance here, and it would be a great thing if we would get opportunity to answer a few questions from you. But with that state of affairs, with the way our taxpayers' money is used, now you know, ladies and gentlemen, why our roads are in such a bad state. Now you know why our schools are in such a state. Now you know why the regime is trying to silence us. Now you know why the regime is trying to bring all manner of diversions in order to cover up for that. Now finally, ladies and gentlemen, I also want to take this opportunity to respond to the deliberate twisting of my comments during a BBC interview that I had in London. You heard regime propagandists have been trying as much as possible to twist my words, and I'm here to clarify on those words. First and foremost, my words were taken out of context on that BBC interview by those propagandists. I was in the United Kingdom after 10 years. Many of you already know that in 2013, I was banned from the UK for life, never again entering the UK because of the lyrics in one of the songs that I did. And in those lyrics, yes, I took responsibility because I actually called for the banning and killing of all homosexuals. I took responsibility, and yes, during that interview, I communicated that people grow and transform. And as a leader, I transformed from calling for the death and killing of people that differ from me. Regime propagandists tried as much as possible to twist my words. But again, still stand by my words because I am a leader. Which leader wants to be a leader of all people in the population, even those that are not like me? So I'm not calling for the killing of anybody. Mic check 1, 2. So I am not calling for their killing. I also want you comrades to know that this issue has been turned from a moral issue to a political issue. The gay issue is used by Museveni's regime to play politics, and is a political weapon. Now, you remember that he's the one that brought the law in 2014 and then through his proxies like Andrew Mwenda and Fox Odoi, repealed the law again. Now, whenever Museveni sees that he has no popular or political support, he picks up on something that he thinks will build him once again. You have seen him trying to use it against his opponents, and he continues to use it shamelessly. It's the same Museveni that tries to hook on our morality and on the children and to say it's in protection of children, but you all know that in the schools where our children are getting problems, who is the head, the Ministry of Education? That is Museveni's wife. The same challenge has been faced by many people who are raped and sodomized in CMI. We have had many cases of men that are arrested, tortured, and raped / sodomized in CMI under the watch of General Museveni. However, he again tries as much as possible to twist it around to blame it on opposition. Yes, I also mentioned when I was asked about some of my MPs that work with Museveni, and I said some of my MPs work with Museveni. Don't you know them? Don't you know that some of my MPs work with Museveni? You want me to mention them? You are mentioning them around Kagabo Amwe. Doesn't he work with Museveni? Isn't he a Doesn't he work with Museveni? Some you know them, some you don't know them yet. Thank you very much.